What's going on, everybody? Appreciate y'all tuning into the channel here at 323 Fabrication. Back in the old garage today, working on the Crusty Barn Find GTO. Got some more parts in. Dad's on his way. We're gonna try to finish these brakes up. So stay tuned. Once we can get it, get the brakes done, get it down on the ground rolling, then hopefully, we'll find out if we got a transmission, and then at that point I got to make my decision on what's the next move. Most likely take the car to the shop, pull the motor and trans together, haul the transmission off, get it rebuilt. I do have a B&M whole shot, like I want to say it's a 2800 stall, for a Turbo 350 that I bought forever ago that's new. But they say that interchanges on a 400 looking at Google, and might have to re-drill the flywheel, but I mean, that's not a big deal. So we got a stall already, so that's good. I guess we'll see. But the rear end situation, like y'all saw in the last video, there is a 256 open diff in this car, a 256 welded diff in that 68, excuse me. And then so those aren't great gears, and one-legger burnouts are lame. But Kenny at work, he's a big Pontiac GTO guy. He's building a 67 right now, but he's done quite a few cars. He's got what he thinks is a 323 open diff, and then he's got another one he's had for a while that a fella told him was a posi. He's never opened it, but he's going to let me get both of those, and then scored a set of Mickey Thompson Pontiac valve covers from him, like old vintage ones, so that's good. That'll dress it up a little bit. But here's the brake parts. Got a new master cylinder. Went ahead and got another mechanical fuel pump. Gonna try that out. Had the rotors turned. They're not, they're out of spec, but they went ahead and turned them for me because I didn't really want to buy new ones. We'll repack them bearings. Dad's picking up the new seals this morning. We got both calipers, all three rubber lines, pads and shoes, both wheel cylinders. And then I got two new drums because one of the drums was terrible, and it was just a little bit more money to buy drums than it was to get them turned. Getting stuff done's gone up quite a bit. Gonna paint the diff cover, clean it, paint the other side of it. This is what we have sided on. It's the same color the calipers are on the Chevy too. It's a good color. So we'll probably do the calipers, the drums, and the diff cover all in that gold. And y'all buy engine enamel. VHT to me seems to do a lot better than the other brands. But I guess that's what we're going to work on today. See what we can get accomplished on this old goat. Hopefully back on the ground, brakes, and go from there. I'm going to go ahead and, bought another master cylinder. I showed y'all that. I'm going to reuse the booster. It seems like it's fine. I'm going to save that chrome plated high dollar stuff for down the road. So, anyway, we're going to get to it. Ain't we, Raven? Raven, you going to help? Alright, y'all. Got our old calipers and drums and master cylinder clean. Going to paint them so they don't rust. And they're going to get that gold color like I showed you. Set that out so you can see it. Same color the stuff is on the Chevy too. Now this is some of Hannah's paint. Nice kind of metallic-y copper color. That's what the master cylinder is going to get because I don't have anything else to put on it. I don't want it to rust. And I'm taking our original numbers matching brake booster and restoring it. I'm going to paint it that same color. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but it's better than rust. So this is what we paint prep with right here. Good stuff. And there's our rotors. And yeah, it's like that on both sides. I guess that's some kind of early heat thing or something, I guess. But that's where we at. We'll start working on getting it painted so it can be drying, and we'll start packing bearings and stuff like that. Restored. Restored. Yeah, see, that's patina. That's custom. It'll match the paint, or it'll match the rust. Go ahead, my bad.
I could have brought paint though if I'd have known.
Yeah, if I'd have thought about it, I'd have said something, but I didn't think about it. I mean, it looks okay, don't it?
Yeah, it looks good. It's a good color. I like it.
What are you doing, Dora? Alright, we're going to clean and repack these. You can see how nasty that old grease is. So this one I've wiped out. I'm just taking old paper towels and wiping it out and then throwing them away. You can see all the stuff still in that one. But got the seals out, got them clean. The races look pretty good. Bearings appear to be okay. So we're going to repack them, reuse them, but I'm just cleaning them out. Figure we'd redo those, might paint them. Dad's over here painting the parts, parts. Got some shiny brake parts and some more shiny brake parts. Got puppy dogs. Like the color?
Yeah, I like it. It's different. Never seen it.
What is it? Metallic Rust-Oleum.
That doesn't say.
Yeah.
It
Look,
says metallic.
looks good though. Alright, y'all can see these bearings. They're pretty much good to go. But because we're reusing them, I kind of wiped all the grease off a can, and then I got, this is gas, this old pickle jar full of gas, and I got some soaking in there. So you want to keep your sets separate because you're reusing them, so they go back on the same races they were on. I don't know how much of a difference it makes, but I know you want to keep it separated side to side. And I'm gonna pull these out, wipe them back off, put them others in there to soak, just get as much of the old grease out as we can so we can repack them. And then Dad's got to final coat these. It's all looking real good. Y'all can see this works really well. See how freewheeling that is? There ain't a whole bunch of grease left inside of it. That gasoline pretty much melts it. So see, it'll spin where these are still packed full. That's how they were when I put them in there. Just a few minutes, let them soak. You can see it's changed the gasoline black, but makes a difference. See, there's a clean nut. Greasy. Thank you, sir. Get her slid on there. Should be on top of the fender. Guess I moved them. If I can find the cotter pin hole. It's like about there. Thank you, sir. That might be a hair tight, you think?
Depends on where your hole lines up. Put that in from the top though.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the hole. Don't know where it is. Yeah, it's a little tight.
No.
No? Okay.
I mean, when you try to spin it, it continues to spin, right? Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
If it were to stop, I'd say it would move back.
Oh, there it is. Old dust cap.
Sounds like a bottom down.
Sounds like it to me. Well, it's got rotors again. Replace these rubber lines next, I reckon. Well. Alright. I forgot. Had to take this caliper back off. Now this brake pad got this little clip that goes on it. Just snaps on there like that, and that helps retain it in the caliper. Don't forget that part. And it goes back on there. A couple of bolts. Nothing to it. Hanging out with pups. Got this side on. Gotta get the bracket for the brake line. And of course, brake lines I ordered from O'Reilly's were the wrong ones. Because when you tell somebody you need calipers and rubber brake lines for a 69, I guess they don't have disc brakes listed for the lines, but they dang sure sell the calipers and the rotors. So anyway, now I gotta wait till Monday to get the right line. Since we're at a standstill on the brakes, we're gonna go ahead and try out this F-body radiator. It seems like it's gonna work. It doesn't have a transcooler in it because it's for a car, a manual transmission car. And this hose is quite a bit bigger than that outlet right there, or inlet, whichever one it is. So we're gonna sleeve it, use a piece of the old hose off the radiator, like a bushing, put it on, and then put the other hose on top of it, and then just tighten the stew out of the clamp. And then we'll get some line and just loop the transcooler back together. a new cooler for it. It's a knockoff version of a True Cool 40K. I'm sure they're all made in the same place, but it's a really good plate and fin cooler. Got one on the S10 and it keeps it hot in traffic. You know, most I'll see on that 4L60, it's about 185 degrees, so it's a good cooler. But I don't want to fill it up with nasty stuff if the transmission's garbage, so we're gonna wait on that. Since we're at a standstill with the brakes, we decided to do the other important stuff, like make it look better. So I got the old wing on here. I googled the dimensions, and we had laid it where we thought it went, and it was, what, about a 1/16 off. So we just squared everything and centered it up, and then drew some marks around it, and we'll center punch them and drill some pilot holes. Gonna have to bring a hole saw from the shop to do the underside, because this is not a wing trunk lid. It's not designed for a wing, so we'll have to open the secondary sheet metal underneath up enough for the nut.
Bracing.
Yeah, the bracing, the underside of it. But I'd say it looks pretty good on there.
Need to buff it.
Yeah, we do need to buff it. I'll probably do that after it's mounted, that way I don't have to worry about it jumping off the car. Went ahead and drilled an 1/8 inch pilot hole all the way through both layers to see where they were going to come out underneath. And they're right in that bracing, so we're definitely going to have to drill some, use a hole saw and make some room for them, but I'll go ahead and punch the top out enough so we can set the wing on there and see what it looks like. Went ahead and punched 5/16 holes in the first layer of sheet metal. Gonna wait on the second layer till I've got the hole saw, because I don't know what size pilot bit's in the hole saw and I don't want it to walk. We're gonna get a 1-inch hole saw, but it's just about flush. I think it looks pretty good on there. Old Judge wing on the crusty goat. Well, we're down to the last of it for the day. I'm gonna restore this diff cover. Go ahead and paint it the same orange as the brakes. Just not put it on this rear end. I'll put it on whichever one ends up in the car, but hopefully I can get the rear ends from Kenny this week. We'll make some progress. Alright guys, so today, wrap it up, because I need to edit this video and get it posted, because it's the same day I need to post a video. And we've been busy, man. I got a car at the shop, been working on some other stuff at the shop, so been kind of lagging behind, and then of course dealing with these folks about parts, trying to make sure we got everything. Got a fuel tank ordered, pickup sending unit ordered, floor pans, just the front quarter pans for the floor, you know, left and right side. And then what else did I order? Shift cable for the his and her shifter that Dalton hooked us up with. So anyway, here's where we're at. Got the F-body radiator in. It does have a leak. It's up at the top of that tank on the other side where the cap is, so it's better than what we had, but it's still gonna have to be dealt with. Got new mechanical fuel pump, and it's doing a great job, so I'm gonna get rid of that electric pump. I'll snatch that off here in a few minutes, unwire it, and get it off the car. Took this and hard cable, or hard line for the fuel. This is from that small block Chevrolet I bought, so I got it rebent and worked around where we're not using too much rubber line. I will need to replace that fuel filter again, because we're getting trash out of stuff. I don't really understand that unless it's just that old pump that was on here. So that's all done. We have got front brakes. There's my pickup for my fuel. But we got calipers, rotors, repacked the bearings. Everything seems good. Just missing the rubber line. And then on the other side, I've got to get the bracket off the parts car that holds the hard line in place, because it's missing right here. But I mean, you know, it should stop once we get all that done. And then what else have we got done? Haven't done anything with the rear brakes because we're probably going to change the rear end. So we decided just to hold off on that. Got to get new rubber lines for the front because I've got the wrong ones. I've got the ones for drums. Got the old Judge wing. It's not mounted. It's just the top holes are drilled 5/16. It's laid out and centered and squared up and all that. I got to get a hole saw. I'll get it tomorrow when I go to the shop. Then I'll finish mounting that. Then I'll get the old buffer out and see if I can clean it up a little bit. Got some paint on the diff cover. It's going to be pretty sweet. And I'm trying to think of anything else. We didn't get a whole lot done. Not what we wanted to anyway. I mean, I was really hoping to have brakes on the car. At least the fronts. Set it on the ground, put some tires on it, see if it would move. That's just kind of where we're at, guys. It's hot. And I got to sit down and edit this video. But I appreciate y'all tuning in the channel. I appreciate all our new subscribers. Hope you guys like the name change, 323 Fabrication. It's going to be a little easier to put on stuff. And then, of course, I'm going to name the shop that. So, you know, it just all works out. And I like that name anyway. But we got almost 800 subscribers. So I appreciate all of y'all. If you like the video, throw it a thumbs up. Give me a subscribe if you aren't subscribed. If you guys enjoy this kind of content, like I said, we're going to go to the No Names Nationals on this old GTO, and the plan's to drive the car. It's 8 hours one way. It come out of a barn about a month and a half ago. And I haven't really had time to work on it. I've been busy doing other stuff. Y'all have a good one.